What's up YouTubers, WWE'S back for a brand new video for yous here. First off, welcome back. I hope you guys are well, I hope you are enjoying the summer as it lasts. Sorry I've not been around for a little while, a few things here and there going on, but I'm back now, and what better way to get back into the swing of it than new replica reviews. Now these replicas I've acquired on loan from my good buddy Gavin K, and I thought to myself, what better way to start off than going back to the women's division. And the belts that I'm going to be talking about today, the first one came out at WrestleMania 32 weekend, and over time it was originally going to be part of just the women's division as a whole, and then through the summer of that year they changed it up where there was actually two of the same belt, one for Raw, one for Smackdown. So you know what I'm talking about. The first one is the Undisputed Women's Championship, which is currently on Smackdown. Now this championship, I have to say, is an absolutely beautiful looking championship. It is very similar, obviously, to the Undisputed WWE Championship that's on SmackDown as well, and yeah, it's sort of an upgrade of what we originally got. If anybody knows their WWE, WWF, WWE wrestling history, like I say, this originally was red, and it came about at WrestleMania 32, won by the Queen, Charlotte Flair. And as I said, going forward, they ended up sort of splitting the women's division again, because obviously the Women's Revolution was going on at the time, and so this had a sister on SmackDown. So it had a blue version of it, and excuse me, in all honesty, both versions did look cool at the time, but there was nothing really pure and unique about the two of them because they were essentially just the same belt. I mean, it got silly at one point where they actually gave a little bit of non-shit about them. Really didn't give a toss about them, is where I was going with that. Where they just swapped them over in the ring. Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch swapped them because they were the current champions of their brands. They switched shows and they swapped the belts over, and it kind of made the belts sort of meaningless at the time. But when this sort of changed, when this came to SmackDown and it got changed from red to gold, in my honest opinion, I believe this has fully earned its place. It's certainly become an upgrade for the women's division. One of the original women's championships from the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, won by the Fabulous Moolah, Sherry Martel, Trish Stratus, Mickie James, and Mickie James, I should say. That belt goes without saying its history. The Divas Championship, we know what happened with that one, where that eventually got turned into this. And yeah, I really like this upgrade. It is absolutely beautiful. If I hold it up to the camera, you can see the lovely black zirconias on the logo, the swoosh, the gold plate, regular side plates, and this is actually being signed by Tiffany. Yeah, so Tiffy time. This, as far as I understand it, the signature, these signature ones were available on WWE shop at the time, and my buddy actually paid to get this. So instead of waiting in line, he's got Tiffany's signature on it before even meeting her. So yeah, it's cool to see. It is a lovely white strap as well. As I've said in previous videos, my only downside to the white straps is over time they will start to discolor. But anyway, we'll get into more of that when we get more to the review. So that's the SmackDown Undisputed Women's Championship. And then the next one, well, I'm sure you guys know exactly what one it is I'm going to be reviewing next. It is the Raw, Women's World Championship. Now, anybody that knows any history about this one, this was originally the SmackDown one. So when after WrestleMania 39, when the SmackDown Championship got that upgrade and it moved over to Raw, obviously because the brand new World Heavyweight Championship that was won by Seth Rollins, and it got upgraded, and this got upgraded. What an upgrade. Yes, it's very similar to the men's one. It is a bit smaller, but at the same time it is a much better upgrade, I believe, than what was there. Even the floral pattern that's on the strap as well is much better than the regular strap. But it's an absolutely beautiful upgrade. And this title has certainly been, most recently over the last couple of years, on Raw. This championship has definitely been, as far as the women's division is concerned, the belt that you want to have for the women's division. Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, they have, and Io Sky, they have definitely teared it up in the women's division in the best way possible. So look forward to reviewing this one as well. So I'm rambling now, so before I go rambling anymore, let's get into what we're here to talk about, and that's more replicas. Okay guys, so here's the in-depth review on the current SmackDown Women's Undisputed Championship with this lovely belt bag, but of course these are not here to see the belt bag, but it is quite nice. Here it is, the beautiful Undisputed Women's Championship, and honestly it is a lovely looking upgrade from the red backing that was on the previous design. It is, honestly, its pictures don't do it justice. It is absolutely lovely. So where do we start? We start with the black zirconias WWE logo. These are absolutely lovely. They are obviously very similar to the men's, but they're just a little bit, some are a bit smaller, some are a bit thicker, but other than that they look really nice. And then you've got the standard swoosh done in red. Personally, because it's SmackDown, the SmackDown belt, I think a blue swoosh would have been nice on here, or some sort of blue. I just think it would have made it look a little bit more different, shall we say. And then you've got the lovely gold metal plate behind the logo as well. I do like the arrow effect on the backing plate. I think the arrow effect has sort of become a standard for the belt backings now, and it looks absolutely lovely. Like the men's, This is solid, so it's not going anywhere. And then on the standard belt design is what they've had for the last several years now, is the little red zirconia, the little red rubies, sorry. And then you've got the bolts, and then you've got the regular zirconias going all the way up, meeting to more red rubies, across more zirconias, red rubies again, down zirconias, then red rubies. And then you've obviously got the Women's Undisputed Champion banner, where, because they're just calling this now the Women's Championship, back to being the Women's Championship again, I can foresee a maybe a V3 version of this coming out, because this is the V2 version, and I don't think Undisputed really needs to be there anymore, unless they had the two belts combined, you know. Maybe they might change it down the road, but it is nice, don't get me wrong, in the standard silver and black backing. The lettering looks really nice, but there's too much going on in this banner, I think, in my personal opinion. And I really think they should have put Undisputed Women's here. They should have flipped this around. Not Women's Undisputed, should have been Undisputed Women's. But anyway, and if you actually look as well, since and forever, they've actually raised it a bit as well. So the main plate looks a bit thicker than what it has done in previous belts. And then you've got the standard sidebars on both sides of the main plate, and then of course everybody's favorite. Now, I've not flipped these around yet, because, well, I've not flipped these around at all actually, because of course this is not my belt. But you have the standard WWE logo side plate, network logo side plate, with, I want to say that's burgundy red in the background for the globe. It looks very different, very different. Not the standard bright red is what they usually would have had, but you have the zirconias going around that with the side plates, and then you have zirconias in all of the square design of the side plate, and it's a lot of diamonds. For Tiffany Stratton, it certainly works for her. And on the other side, same as before, you have the network logo done in a beautiful golden black, and then a burgundy red globe with zirconias all over that, and it does look nice, I have to say. It looks really, really nice. Then you have Tiffany's signature on this too, which actually really looks cool too. Then you have the standard gold tip snap box with the reverse arrow effect, the bubble arrow effect, which looks really nice. It does actually, looks really, really nice in white, I have to say. And then that bubble effect is all the way through the strap. You don't have the standard shell-shaped border for the main part of the belt. You actually have this sort of, this pattern here. I'm not sure what that actually is. It's like a ribbon pattern almost, but it does look all right for what it is. And then you go onto the other side, and then you have the standard network logo in amongst here, and the bubble border, and this bubble border goes all the way to the other snap box too. And it, like I say, it looks really nice. Then flip it over, and this is the 2023 version. Then you have the standard WWE Network Flash 8 Sales Authentic, and now you have a Fanatics Flashy 2 to say it's from Fanatics, which this is new. This is brand new. This hasn't been, me personally, I have got another
replicas off the off WWE shop, as it's been part of Fanatics, and this is new. This hasn't been in my previous purchases. But the back of the strap, it's very nice. I think they have upgraded since upgraded the backing of their straps since previous reviews that I've done, because as I've mentioned before, when they started throwing out other replicas for the early 2020s, the backing was sort of cracking. It wasn't as good as what it was before, but I think they've upped their game now. And of course, the bolts are covered over, which I do think it gives it a nice touch. Personally, I'm 50-50 if I like the bolts covered or not, because I am one of those people that I like taking the plates off and cleaning them that way, but it is what it is. But yeah, it is a really nice version of the Women's Championship, I have to say. Looks really, really nice. In this gold, red, black, all of it looks really nice. Okay guys, so here's the in-depth review on the Raw Women's World Championship. And again, a very nice belt bag, but you're not here to see that. And here it is. It is an absolutely beautiful upgrade, I have to say, from the traditional one that they had, from the first one that they had, not the traditional one, because I take back what I said there, because that was just pure standard. And yes, this is exactly the same as the men's, but a bit smaller. But I feel, as far as the women's championships are concerned, next to the UK women's one, I think this is actually my top 3 designs of the women's championship that the WWF, WWE have ever had, and that is including the Attitude Era / Ruthless Aggression Era black one. And yeah, let's just get right into it. So at the top, you have this beautiful eagle on top of a crown. My camera wants to focus. It really pops out very nicely. And then below that, you have women's, so not to be confused with the men's, you have Women's World Champion. I'm glad they didn't put heavyweight in here, and to be fair, they didn't do that in the men's one either. But yeah, so you have World Banner and Women's World Banner with 2 zirconias either side of them. And then you have the globe with the silver WWE Network logo, and the globe done in black, again similar to the men's. Looks really nice. However, because this is on Raw, I think they should have had a red background in the globe, in my personal opinion. I think it definitely would have helped it pop out a little bit more. And then you have the champion banner done in silver and gold as well, and that looks very nice too. And then throughout the actual belt itself, you have a traditional floral pattern going all the way through it. And then, of course, you have the McMahon rampant lions in there too, with the zirconias in their eyes. I like this one. I like this on the men's as well. I love how the zirconias are in the eyes. And throughout the actual belt itself, it is stacked with zirconias. At the top, down the side of this lion, all the way to the bottom lion, all the way up to this lion as well. And then you have them in the globe as well. And then, as this is like the men's, as this is a sort of upgraded version of the big gold, they have kept the ribbon effect in the plates as well. So the traditional ribbon effect that was in the border of the big gold is all in this belt too, which is very, very nice. And these plates are a bit a bit higher as well, similar to the Smackdown Championship. Then on the side plates are exactly the same as each other. You have the standard black and gold WWE Network logo. Again, a little bit red in this background would have really made it pop out, or a little bit of blue. A little bit blue or a little bit red just to pop out instead of just being all black. Then you have the Zirconia side plate going around that too. And oh, I've noticed a defect. They have not put any black in here in the North Pole, which is very unusual because it's in the back this side. So I don't think my buddy has actually noticed this defect, but anyway, it is what it is. And then of course you've got the Zirconias and floral pattern going all the way around in this nice square slash whatever else I can call this bar square, rectangle square even. This has got that rope border in it too, which really is actually really nice. It makes the belt pop out. And then on the other side, same as before, you have a black and gold network logo with the black globe in the background, fake zirconias around that, and then you have the floral zirconia pattern going all the way through the side plate and the rope border too. And as for the strap, as far as gold tips are concerned on the women's belts, this is probably the best one I've seen. That and the Trish Stratus one on the on her signature series. But I do think maybe a little bit of black in the globe, or just a little bit of color in here too, or even in the shield, definitely would have made the gold tip pop out a lot more than just a standard gold. But through the strap is what makes it its money. The strap has got so much going on in it. Again, similar to the men's, just turned white and smaller. So you have a traditional floral pattern all the way through the strap, and then on the snap box you have the arrow effect, and that's all held together by the nice stitching as well. But the floral pattern goes all the way through the belt, all the way through the main strap. You have the network logo that's popping out a lot more here on the white than it would the black, and the floral pattern goes all the way to the end where they have a line at the end here, and it's done in a nice floral way, and it looks really, really nice. Really pops out. I'm gonna flip that on the back. So this is from 2023 as well. No Fanatics flashy on it, but you do have the standard WWE Network flashy saying it's authentic. Again, similar to the Smackdown one, the strap looks very, very nice, but this one is made before the bolts were covered up for some reason, which is strange because the men's one has the bolts covered. But anyway, it is what it is. No cracks in it, thankfully, so that's pretty good. Give me a second, just put you guys down for 2 seconds. There you guys go. Both women's championships for Raw and SmackDown side by side with each other, and they look absolutely lovely. Great stuff. So guys, thank you so very much for watching this review
on the current women's World Championships of both Raw and SmackDown. Now, when I do 2 belts at a time, I have always turned around and said which is my favourite. Now, in all honesty, even though this is very cool, the gold plate in the back of it makes it look very, very nice, and it pops out as well. But I'm going to have to say that the World Women's Championship is definitely my favourite out of the 2 of them. I just think the Regal design is so cool. I would have loved to have seen this design earlier in my era, in the Attitude Era, or in the Ruthless Aggression era. I think a beautiful looking championship like this, the women would have gotten more maybe more airtime, and I think the women's division would have definitely had a fire lit under them in either the Attitude Era or the Ruthless Aggression Era. So this one is definitely my favourite. But yeah, again, I hope you've enjoyed the review today. The reviews, I should say. I've certainly enjoyed making this today. Going forward, I will be dropping the final installment of my Workhorse series, the mid-card titles, the Intercontinental Championships, so keep an eye out for that one down the road. And also I will be getting the World Championships off the ground as well. So again, keep an eye out for those 2. What you could do for me though, as a little favour, if you guys could comment below, let me know which is your favourite design of the Women's Championships over the last 20-30 years. And if you could like, share, subscribe, all you need to do to get me out there, that would be very much appreciated. Thank you. But yeah, keep an eye out for more belts, guys. And as I always say, dreams be the journey. You take care of yourselves. Bye.